Assalamualaikum ñuy seetaan Star TV programme one on one la face to face with One Pac nag suñ ko waxee ñu bari dinañ xam ne artiste la fii ci biir réew mi te ñu jàppane artiste yi tamit am nañ warugal ci réew mi dinañ waxtaan ak One Pac ci jaar-jaaram fii ci biir réew mi ci wàllu musique ak tamit nu réew mi di doxee loolu yëpp dinañ si waxtaan ak One Pac waaye balaa ñu sori si waxtaan bi rek dama dalal One Pac welcome on Star TV.
Thank you very much. I'm very honored to be on this platform, which is Stars TV.
Well, One Pac, dañ dee faral di dégg One Pac all the time, One Pac. What is your real name?
My real name is Bai Musa Seka. Born and raised in Bakau. But currently I'm living with my mother at the greenhouse around the Coastal Road.
Around the Coastal Road. So, sa jaar-jaar si wàllu music fan la toll jamono bi?
Jamono bi xanaa sant Yàlla nag get me because Kër Fatou may jàppale, Black Wings tamit ñu may jàppale. You get me, and my town too is, there and stay steadfasting and be holding on to my career to see it forward and progressive, which is back out.
But what is the reason of all this hype?
The reason of all this hype is like I just chose to be ending my life, you get me, or my last life, basing it all on nothing, with no fear or favor, on the truth. Yes, I think that's the hype. You get me? So the hype here is like, if you say the truth, you'll be known 100%, but you will be lonely too. But I thank God when I'm with God, because God is the truth. So being lonely is hypocritical, because I can't lie to have companies. You get me? But being accompanied by God, that's the truth, and only the truth shall make one free, which I am content of and grateful of by God and with God.
Are you working on a project?
Yeah, I'm working on a project, and Friday I'm releasing 3 hit songs, Yes, yeah, and that same Friday I'm shooting a video with KD Films,
Ok, mbokk yi comme ni ñu ko waxee rek One Pac lañ am fii ci Star TV dinañ waxtaan ak moom jaar-jaaram ci wàllu musique waaye tamit duñ fàtte waxtaan ak moom lu jëm ci wàllu réew mi ndaxte réew mi ñun ñëpp a ko bokka, hence you are a citizen, you are entitled to say your opinion suñu réew mi di doxee ba looloo waral nag dinañ dugg si fànn boobu tamit laajte One Pac ci li nga xamante ne noonu la réew mi di doxee lan moo si nekk xalaatam ak tamit nu mu jàppane noonu la réew mi war a demee ak si jamono juñ toll nii One Pac jamono ji di political situation of this country is in a critical moment. What is your stick?
Man, there's no doubt, we all know about that, and how I deem it fit, and to my own opinion, and to any sensible person's opinion in this country, and being the litigant and the truthful and patriotic litigant of this country, and aiming peace for this country, all knows that the political system here is very critical and is corrupt and is, directed or directing to violence, which we all don't need it.
But corrupt how?
Corrupt how? In a sense whereby, you get me, the politicians will be fooling the outsiders or their followers by not letting them to know the truth. You get me? That's one. 2, being corrupt. It's like what you're preaching is not what they're practicing. You get me? And 3, we, the civilians, we are at the most demerit position when violence has to erupt. All will come to politicians. So
But again, we all know the cause of this mess in the political landscape of this country is about the 3 years agreement.
Okay.
That's when the coalition came into power, there was an agreement that President Barrow should step down after 3 years. And December, we are heading to the 3 years. So,
yeah, what all I got for the country as a youth and as a citizen, and a good citizen I want to be, and I'm portraying and I'm practicing to be, is that 3 years agreement was not constitutional. It was gentleman agreement. You get me? So when they differ on their gentleman agreement, you get me? The other parties stood over there saying he have to demonstrate, he has to come down by force by the 3 years. Man, is not constitutional. He is mandated. If I mean he is, the current president, which is Barrow, is mandated by the constitution to rule for 5 years. His service on that presidential office is mandated for 5 years. That's constitutional.
yeah, we all know he is mandated to rule this country for 5 years.
Yes.
But there was an agreement within the coalition that...
Yeah, well, it was not documented. You get me? And it was not constitutional. It was gentleman talk by the coalition. If he said he's not getting down, 3 years, 2 years. We've been patient for 22 years in blunders. We've been patient for 22 years in human rights deprivements. We've been patient for 22 years in lack of democracy. We've been patient for 22 years, you get me, by disrespect, tortures and killings. You get me? Why can't we be patient for him? If we don't like him or if they don't like him, why can't they abide by the constitution after 5 years? We all have our vote. And to be honest, Barrow bring democracy in this country. And we are very democratic. When the 5 years come, I'm coming. When the 5 years reach or elapse, if you don't like him, take your vote. Go to the polling station or to the ballot box, vote for him or not for him. Peacefully. That's what I think and how things should be.
So you mean even if President Barrow refuses to step down come December, there should not be any protest?
It's not like he refused. It's his right to mount that position as long as the country and the people and the majority vote for him to be there. So if he says no, which doesn't abide by the constitution, which is the 3 years, nobody have right to force him to step down. And if he said no, and what politicians are inserting, you get me, in people to go out and demonstrate, I swear to God who create me and create every being on this world or on this earth, you get me, yeah? You are violating the constitution, and violating the constitution is like violating the law, and there are consequences behind those, you know what I mean, public disorderly manners one would be doing. If you will demonstrate peacefully, but make sure you seek for your permit to demonstrate. And when demonstrating, when your permit is approved, the government itself will give you security. You get me? But it doesn't mandate anybody to demonstrate or to be permitted to demonstrate. You go and destroy people's property. You get me? that's public disorder is a chargeable offense. You understand?
Are you saying this for the love you have for President Barrow and the support, or are you saying this for national interest?
I'm saying this for both the love and the national interest I have for Adam Barrow and the country as a whole, Gambia. You get me? I'm not a politician. Half of me, I do music, express how I feel depressed through my lyrics. Half of it, I want to, prevent and share my bitter experience with the undefiled brain who are looking up to me, wanting to be like one pack, but I want them to take the best from me and leave the rest from me. Because they all know my CV. But what I'm saying is like Adam Barrow is, even whether I like him or not, or I hate him or not, that's left to me. But it's like he enter a room which need to be maintenance, or which he has entered a room which was destroyed and needs to be maintenance. You get me? As he entered, he has to paint, he has to restructure the room, he has to put the necessities inside that room to make it a standard and to be called a proper room. This is how when he come, he is taking over this country, or this is how he come to take over this country. Let us be patient. Hence we were patient for 22 years. Let us be patient for him.
But the corruption is too much.
Yeah. Yeah, Jammeh's time, yeah. Jammeh's time, yeah. All civil servants' payment were added to 5%. Adam Barrow come, he changed things. 50%. You get me? So nothing good comes easy. And you cannot just say, there's a ladder, I'm going to step top at the top layer of it. You must start at the first step of the ladder. You get me? I'm not in for Adam Barrow or out for Adam Barrow.
So you mean Adam Barrow needed to be given more time?
All I'm saying, the constitution mandated him to rule for 5 years. If anybody don't like that, wait for that 5 years to elapse and you go and vote. If you want him to be there, he will be there. If you want him to be stayed, he will be stayed. But anybody inside violence, from lawyer Usainu Dabo, the leader of UDP, Ahmad Ba, GDC, Tombonjata APRC, you me, Mama Kande GDC, Ahmad Ba NRP, you get Halifa Sallah PDOIS, my party GMC. Unlawfully demonstrations and willfully damage of public properties, they will be held responsible, and I know for certain the weight and charges will not be very light on them. Hey, my brother, for instance, Jammeh, the time he said he is not gonna go step down. Check, man, my brother. Most of our sisters, mothers flew to Senegal. The taste of being a refugee, they know also how it is. We've been seeing them. This country, we are poor. We have nowhere to go. You get me? We have our mothers here, our fathers here, sons, daughters, wives, and beloveds, friends here. You get me? We see where war erupts or violence erupts. You understand? Still they are struggling to be where they were and to be what they are. You get me? And this country is the most recommended and recognized country throughout the globe, that we are the most peaceful and most, stable in peace, giving us a slogan named Smiling Coast of Africa. Tell me, my brother, where will we go when war erupts here or violence erupts
so
here?
So you believe this December protest could lead to chaos?
Man, right now you can feel the energy. It's chaotic. You understand? And there are a lot of criminals surrounding our neighboring countries or at our borders, waiting for this country to fall in erosion violently. We will be killing each other, but looters will enter. We will be looted. Tell me, what do Gambia have if Gambia is looted? Where will Gambia go when there is war?
Do you belong to any political party?
I did not. But for now, I'm with the straight party. My political party is the straight party, which is the truth.
What is the truth in this case?
The truth is, respect your country, respect your constitution, respect your president as a leader. You get me? Because Adam Barrow didn't put himself there. God chose him. Lawyer Dabo was the opponent for 22 years. He never sit at the seat Adam Barrow is sitting. Sorry, he never sit on the seat Adam Barrow is sitting right now. Or he never sat on the seat Adam Barrow is sitting right now. God doesn't bestow presidency on him yet. I don't know for later, God, because God knows what he did. You get me? As this guy, I have to call it. Where's this list? As for my party is JJC, Johnny Just Come, in the business.
You mean GDC?
GMC? GMC. As a political leader, is JJC.
Gambia Moral Congress?
Yes. Again, he's just a JJC indeed.
Why
Again.
and how?
Why and how? Why? No, we go like how first. How?
Oh.
Because he's new into politics or standing as a presidential candidate. You get me? Khalifa Saleh was there before Yahya Jammeh, since PPP regime with Sirif Diba and the others. You get me? And PDOI, before Khalifa Saleh, you have this Sidi Ajata, Tomonjata APRC, which is currently the leader of APRC. Mama Kande, you all know, is JJC too, as my party in the system. Lawyer Hussein Dabo was the first opponent for the APRC regime. You understand? So I'm talking right now, the mayor and the majority and the finger point is at UDP, you get me, APRC, PDOIS. You get me? If you love your country and love your followers to be saved, yeah, bring peace into them. Make them understand Adama Barrow has all right to rule for 5 years.
Well, what of the agreement, one pack?
The agreement, can't you hear me? It is not documented. It is not constitutional. It is gentleman agreement when both Gambians and even us we were all in power hungry.
But is it not a necessity for Adama Barrow to respect that gentleman agreement?
Man, when he don't deem it fit, you can't force him. Maybe he starts some project. He want to finish before stepping down. But how come you start something you don't finish and you let it be and let it go to someone who don't know or have a clue of finishing that what you started already? When Gambia was crying heavily for democracy, now let's go generally, yeah? We start from the PPP regime. You get me? If your mother is not a minister, your father is not a minister, your uncle, sister, you get me, is not part of the government, you will not wear clean clothes, you will not go to a good school, you will not even ride a car.
So you mean all that was happening during the PPP regime?
That's the fact. You get me? Yahya Jammeh came. He put so-called equality among the rich and the poor. Though he pushed the corruption, you get me? He fight the corruption from the former ministers of the former regime of the late Sadauda Kairaba Jawara, the president of the Gambia, but it was self-centered to himself to be corrupted and enrich himself. You get me? But the poor and the rich was never differentiated anymore. A son of a minister will go to a son of a minister and a son of a farmer will go to the same school. You get me? His killings, his corruptions, his nonsense of being a leader, not being, honest and loyal to the oath he take before taking the country, was his demise and would be everly his demise. Okay, we never have democracy. Now Adama Barrow came, the coalition came, they fooled the people. You get me? Adama Barrow came. Maybe 3 weeks before the election or 2 weeks before the election, 15 days before the election, he come. God bestowed that leadership on him, presidency on him, because nobody know Adama Barrow in the Gambia since the 3 regimes which passed. The two regimes which passed. You get me? But this is destiny. It can be delayed. It can be denied. You get me? In Gambia, we all know there is no youth empowerment here. If you will be empowered, it's like who you know will know. Whom to link you. It's not by qualification. It's now we are having all that during the Barrow regime. You get me? And the UDP leader was the second in the initial establishment of this Barrow government. Hussein Dawo was the president. He come out publicly and affirm that that gentleman talk is not constitutional and Barrow will be there for 5 years and election will take place. When they have their differences which are not acknowledged of and he is kicked out of the government, you get me? They didn't mandate him to insert that 3 years or to propose back to that 3 years. You get me? Or to emphasize that gentleman agreement they take. You understand?
But if I am to believe what Lawyer Dabo says, this is not his stand, it's the stance of the party. That's the UDP party.
Man, only Lawyer Dabo is not the UDP. I think this shouldn't be hide again. Lawyer Dabo is not the only voice in UDP. He alone cannot be UDP. Mama Kande alone cannot be GDC. Tomon Tamba alone cannot be APRC. Ahmad Ba alone cannot be NRP. Khalifa Saleh alone cannot be PDOIS. Maifati alone cannot be GMC. They have followers, supporters, which made them what they are claiming to be. But if you are a majority leader or a leader in front of a crowd, lead them into positivity and into life saving and into progression, not destruction. You get me? All these political parties which I'm emphasizing on these 3 years, I'm telling their followers they are not putting them into nothing progressive, only the downfall of themselves, the demise of their families, their kids. You get me? And inserting violence in them. You get me? Because the first and only object of a good government is to protect life and citizens, not the destruction of their properties and their happiness. So this country have a law and order, and their personnel standing to execute their duties and have taken and swear to an oath of they will protect their nation by all means and ways with no fear or favor. You understand? So let Gambians and people who are mandated or obliged to vote in this country be wise enough. Is now we are testing democracy and the sweetness of freedom of speech. But let us not abuse it. Let us not abuse it. Read my lips. Let us not abuse it.
One part, are you so worried about the tourism industry?
The tourism industry is crap. I'm so worried. You will see a 15-year-old girl selling groundnut or cashew nut. A white man will take that particular teenage girl into a hotel room. You understand? The TDAs will be there. How it is? Tourist, TDA, tourist.
Tourism development areas.
Thank you. There are guards there, how tourists, I don't know, the TDAs, I know TDAs would be there. And they will be seeing it. You get me? It will be, the girl, if she's not fortunate, will be defiled by the old man, or the old white man, or a white man who come here for the tourism. You get me? And been given maybe 20 euro, 40 euro, $100. The guy will bleed and go home with that to the parent. The parent will shut down and keep quiet on it. Poverty caused that. Poverty. Poverty. But when we have to be the litigants of this country, when we have to use our own beaches even, we will be harassed, beaten, in fact tried and jailed by our own government for the simple reason of a migrant whom we so-called call as a tourist. For their protection, they will say. We are not even free in our country. But I don't think Adam Barrow will neglect that system to be working as a habitual and traditional way of Gambian tourism. You get me? The Minister of Tourism, if we don't do something and give the citizen rights on their beaches and their and the tourism industry, man, things has to change. You get me? There are a lot of internal affairs which has to be changed before we concentrate on Adam Barrow. Adam Barrow is trying, to be honest.
You mean Adam Barrow is trying as a leader?
He's trying as a leader. because there are a lot of doors open. It's just that his ministry and surrounding, some are jeopardizing his ruling. What is his slogan again? 2020, if you are not in, then you are out. The advice I will have for him, Gambia don't need to be soft, a soft president. But does it mean that you have to be harsh, unjustly? You get me? You will be strict, justically.
Okay, what development have you noticed since his inception, President Barrow, since he came to power?
Here we are democratic. One. And we are back in the Commonwealth. Two. You know. And there is 100% of freedom of speech. I like him or hate him, he is my president. He don't choose to be there. God chose him to be there. And if you against him, you against God. And if you go against God, you find you have a repercussion on that. You get me? And people who are insulting him, if you don't like a leader, you don't insult your leader. Because you know what Mandinka said, ake sio kuntul, ake sio tala. Like
insulting a leader?
Insulting your president or your leader, you know what I mean? Reduce your, help me out.
Your life.
Your life expansion and all that. It's not my mother's word or father's word, that's God's word. You get me? So Adam Barrow, for whatsoever progress he is doing, let Gambia deem it fit, positive or negative, and wait at the right time and the right mandatory of their changes, which is to choose who to put before him or after him by casting their votes.
But one part, don't you think it is necessary for Adam Barrow to call all these political leaders involved for dialogue?
Yeah, depending on the dialogue or on the kind of platform he will be calling them, or on the kind of dialogue table he will be calling them. If I'm Adam Barrow, I'll call all these political parties to come and sit. We all sit. Okay, we agree on that gentleman agreement that is 3 years. I don't deem it fit. I start projects which I have to finish, and I cannot leave this seat without finishing them. You get me? Yeah. So I'm going to rule according to the Constitution. So I'm pleading to you to respect that Constitution which is amended by the people of the country and approved by the Parliament of the nation. Hence those political leaders are educated and claim to be what they are. They have to be understanding. They have to understand that point. It's like you, I told you that, yeah, make this phone for me. You went and fill this bottle of water for me. I want it full anyway. You just start filling it up to half. And there was a price that if you fill it, you will have $100. You come half, I tell you, no. Enough, here is enough. When your target aim ambition is to fill it, to grab your 100, what will you do? You will insist of filling it. That's your right, and that's the agreement you did, which was documented.
Okay, One Park, since we're running out of time, what will be your last statement?
I'm not dying yet, and I don't have a last statement. All I have to say is, Gambia, open your eye, shine your eye. We don't have nowhere rather than Gambia. And we don't have no president rather than Adam Barrow. Either we love him or hate him. You get me? If we have any difference with him, we wait for the right time and we change it, or we adjust his time constitutionally. But if you are out for the sake of this politician pushing and asserting violence into you, I'm sorry, you will face a very weight and high consequence, and you will be tried. In fact, you can be even charged by treason, because someone's time constitutionally is not done. You want to forcibly remove that guy. That's coup d'etat. That's treason. We will come to Mandinga too. I'm speaking English for the benefit of the English speakers. So that's all I have for people. Let not these politicians be, I'm the source and the reason of our own demise and demerit as Gambians. They are richer than us, they are more sufficient than us, they are more comfortable than us. You, the follower to have a party, you will lose light, you will lose electricity, but the man you're following as your leader or a particular party will be seeing light. Come on, this is common sense.
So you want to say it in Mandinka?
I'm coming to Mandinga too.